You ever notice how every time someone says millionaire, your brain immediately plays a highlight reel? Sports car, massive house, private jet, someone casually saying, yeah, I just invest. Maybe they're sipping champagne on a yacht. Maybe they're wearing a watch that costs more than your car. Your brain's basically playing MTV cribs on repeat. Now cut to reality. You're in sweatpants. It's 11:47 p.m. You said you'd start getting serious about money at 8. Instead, you're watching a video about how rich people wake up at 4 a.m., drink celery juice, and read 47 books before breakfast. And somehow, you feel behind. Again, still, forever behind. Here's the uncomfortable truth nobody tells you. Real millionaires don't look rich. And that fact messes with our brains more than we realize. Like, fundamentally breaks our understanding of how the world works. Before we dive in, smash that like button and subscribe. Seriously, it's free. It helps people who need this find it. And if you want more deep dives on wealth psychology and millionaire habits, check the playlist below. That's where the gold is. Now let's blow your mind. Let's be honest for a second. Most of us don't overspend because we're reckless. We overspend because we're tired. Tired of feeling average. Tired of feeling behind. Tired of scrolling past people who look like they figured it out, while we're still arguing with ourselves over a $12 delivery fee. You know what I'm talking about. You're in the DoorDash app. The food is $18. But then there's the delivery fee, the service fee, the we need to pay our CEO fee, and suddenly it's $34. And you sit there having a full existential crisis over whether you deserve to spend $34 on mediocre Thai food you could have picked up yourself. But here's the kicker. While you're having that crisis, someone who actually has money already made lunch at home, saved the $34 and invested it. And they're not thinking about it. They're not wrestling with their worth. They just did it. Psychologically, this makes sense. Your brain hates uncertainty. So it grabs visible signals of success, cars, clothes, lifestyle, and uses them as shortcuts. If they look rich, they must be rich. That's called the availability heuristic. Your brain believes what it sees most easily, not what's statistically true. And that's where The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko hits like a slap you didn't see coming. Because according to decades of research studying actual millionaires, not Instagram millionaires, not entrepreneur millionaires, actual people with actual seven-figure net worths. The people who have money live in normal neighborhoods, drive boring cars, buy used furniture, and wear clothes so unremarkable you'd never guess they're sitting on a seven-figure net worth. Which feels wrong, deeply philosophically wrong, because we're taught that success should be loud, that money should announce itself. That wealth wears Gucci and drives a Lamborghini and vacations in Bali twice a year. But real wealth is quiet, almost suspiciously quiet. Here's where it gets funny and painful. The book explains that the people who look rich are often broke. High income, high spending, zero margin, zero freedom. Let me give you a perfect example. Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage made over $150 million in his career. $150 million. That's your great-great-great-grandkids' never work money. And he blew it all. How? He bought a dinosaur skull. He bought a castle in Europe. He bought 15 houses. Not because he needed 15 houses. Because he could. And then he couldn't. And then the IRS came knocking. And then he had to take every movie role offered to him just to survive. That's why you've seen him in 47 straight-to-streaming movies you've never heard of. Meanwhile, you know who's a real millionaire next door? Keanu Reeves. The man made Matrix money, John Wick money, Speed money, and he rides the subway. He gives away millions to crew members on set. He lives modestly. He doesn't care about looking rich. And guess what? He's actually rich. Free rich. Sleep at night rich. Or look at Warren Buffett. The dude is worth over $100 billion. With $8 billion. He still lives in a house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. In Omaha, Nebraska. Not Beverly Hills. Not Manhattan. Omaha. He drives an old car. He eats McDonald's for breakfast. The man could buy McDonald's. But instead, He just orders the Egg McMuffin like a normal human. Compare that to someone like 50 Cent made a fortune, filed for bankruptcy. Why? Because he was spending like he'd always make $20 million a year. But income is temporary. Spending habits are forever. And when the money stopped flowing, the bills didn't. Here's the brutal truth most people don't want to hear. If you see someone with a brand new luxury car, your brain says, wow, they made it. A millionaire's brain says, that's 6 years of compounding interest gone. That gap? That's not intelligence. That's mindset. One of the most shocking findings in The Millionaire Next Door is this. Most millionaires didn't earn insane salaries. They built wealth by not upgrading their lifestyle every time their income increased, which is brutal, because the moment you make more money, your brain starts spending it in advance. New phone, better apartment, nicer watch, just one nice thing because I deserve it. And you do deserve nice things, just not at the cost of future peace. Let me tell you about a guy named Ronald Red. You've never heard of him. That's the point. Ronald Red was a janitor and gas station attendant in Vermont. He wore the same jacket for decades, drove an old car, lived in a tiny house. When he died in 2014, everyone assumed he had nothing. He left behind $8 million. $8 million. From sweeping floors and pumping gas. How? He bought stocks. He held them. He didn't panic. He didn't day trade. He didn't watch CNBC and freak out when a market dipped. He just quietly compounded for 50 plus years. Meanwhile, there are Harvard MBAs from the same era who are dead broke because they thought they were smarter than the market. Now compare Ronald Red to MC Hammer. MC Hammer made $33 million at his peak. $33 million. And he went bankrupt. Why? Because he had 200 people on his payroll. He bought a $30 million mansion. He spent $500,000 on gold chains. And when the music money stopped, the bills kept coming. That's the difference. Ronald Reed spent less than he made. MC Hammer spent more than he could sustain. Here's the uncomfortable realization. You can make $30 million and go broke. Or you can make $40,000 a year and become a millionaire. The variable isn't income. It's behavior. If you're realizing right now that your spending habits are sabotaging your future, we did a whole series on financial discipline and delayed gratification. Check the playlist. It'll change how you think about money. All right, back to the lesson. Here's the absurd part. We celebrate visible success, but invisible discipline is what actually works. The millionaire next door isn't flashy. They're consistent. They automate savings. They avoid debt. They delay gratification so long it almost looks boring. And boring, psychologically, feels like failure. Because dopamine comes from novelty, not stability. Your brain would rather feel exciting and broke than calm and secure. That's why casinos are designed the way they are. Bright lights, loud noises, instant feedback, dopamine hit after dopamine hit. Your brain loves it. Meanwhile, investing in an index fund and waiting 30 years? Zero dopamine, maximum boredom, but also maximum wealth. You know who understood this? Theodore Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt came from a wealthy family, but he didn't live like it. He was famously frugal. He believed in living below your means and investing in things that mattered. Education, health, experiences that built character. Not stuff, not status. Character. Or look at Jimmy Carter. The man was president of the United States. After leaving office, he went back to his tiny hometown in Plains, Georgia. Population, 600. He taught Sunday school. He built houses with Habitat for Humanity. He lived in the same modest house he bought before he was president. No book deals worth $65 million. No speaking fees of $500,000 per speech. Just a simple life focused on service and purpose. Compare that to modern financial culture. We treat every raise like permission to upgrade. Got a promotion? New car, new apartment, new wardrobe, new lifestyle. And suddenly you're making $100,000 a year and still living paycheck to paycheck because your expenses grew faster than your income. That's called lifestyle inflation, and it's the silent killer of wealth. You make more, you spend more, you never get ahead. You just get a nicer cage. The real insight in The Millionaire Next Door isn't don't buy nice things. It's this: stop confusing consumption with progress. Progress is invisible. It's money you don't spend, choices nobody claps for, sacrifices that don't photograph well. Let me give you a perfect example. Shaquille O'Neal. Shaq made over $400 million in his career. And you know what he did? He listened to advice. When he was a rookie, he blew $1 million in one day. Just stupid stuff. Jewelry, cars, party. His financial advisor sat him down and said, "If you keep this up, you'll be broke in 5 years." Shaq listened. He saved. He invested. He bought real estate. He bought franchises, Five Guys, Papa John's, car washes, gyms. He built businesses. Now he's worth more after basketball than during, because he understood the difference between looking rich and being rich. Then you've got someone like Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson made over $200 million in his career. Filed for bankruptcy. Why? Spending, entourage, lifestyle. He thought the money would never stop. It stopped. And when it did, he had nothing left. Here's what millionaires actually do that broke people don't. 1. They live below their means. Always. Even when they can afford more. 2. They invest before they spend. Savings isn't what's left over. It's what comes first. 3. They avoid debt like the plague. Debt is future income spent today. It's slavery with extra steps. 4. They focus on net worth, not income. You can make $500,000 and be broke, or make $60,000 and be a millionaire. The difference is what you keep. 5. They buy appreciating assets, not depreciating toys. A $50,000 car loses value the second you drive it. A $50,000 investment compounds for decades. And here's the kicker. None of this is sexy. None of this gets you likes on Instagram. None of this makes people think you're successful today. But in 20 years, you win. Quietly, peacefully, permanently. That's the shift. Once you stop trying to look successful, you finally give yourself permission to be successful. So if you've ever felt behind because your life doesn't look impressive yet, good. You might actually be on the right path. Because impressive and wealthy are not the same thing. Impressive is performance. Wealthy is freedom. Let me tell you about a president who got this. Calvin Coolidge. Siling Cao. The man was president in the 1920s during massive economic growth. And you know what he did? He cut government spending. He saved. He believed in thrift. He famously said, "There is no dignity quite so impressive, and no independence quite so important as living within your means." That's from president. In the roaring 20s, when everyone was spending like tomorrow didn't exist. Then 1929 happened. The stock market crashed. The Great Depression hit. And the people who were living their best life in the 20s were bankrupt in the 30s. Meanwhile, the people who saved, the people who lived below their means, they survived. Some even thrived by buying assets when everyone else was panicking. History repeats. 2008 housing crash. 2020 pandemic. 2022 crypto crash. Every time the same pattern. People who overspend get destroyed. People who save and invest survive and eventually win. The shocking truth about real millionaires is simple. They don't chase status. They protect freedom. And freedom quietly compounds. If you want to go deeper on how millionaires actually invest and build wealth, we have an entire playlist on real wealth strategies. No hype, no scams, just what actually works. Check it below. Now let's bring this home. Here's where most people mess up. They think wealth is about making more money. So they work harder, get a side hustle, grind, but they never change their spending. And because spending rises with income, they're stuck in the same place. Just with nicer stuff. I call it the golden hamster wheel. You're running faster, but you're not getting anywhere. You're just exhausted in a nicer cage. You know who escaped this trap? Dave Ramsey. The guy went bankrupt in his 20s. Lost everything. And instead of blaming the economy or bad luck, he looked in the mirror and said, "I did this to myself by being stupid with money." So he rebuilt. Slowly. Intentionally. Living on a budget. Avoiding debt. Paying cash for everything. Now he's worth over $200 million. Not because he got lucky, because he changed his behavior. And he's helped millions of people do the same. Not by telling them to make more money, By teaching them to manage the money they already have. Or look at Chris Rock. Chris Rock made millions as a comedian. And you know what he said? Wealth is not about how much money you make. It's about how much money you keep. That's it. That's the whole game. You can make $10 million and keep $0. Or you can make $100,000 and keep $80,000. Guess who's actually wealthy? Here's the brutal reality check. If your lifestyle requires your current income to survive, you're not building wealth. You're just funding a lifestyle. And the moment that income stops, layoff, recession, health crisis, you're done. Real wealth is when your money works harder than you do. When your investments pay your bills. When you can say no to a job you hate because you don't need it. That's freedom. That's the goal. That's what the Millionaire Next Door is really about. So here's what you need to do today. Not tomorrow. Not when you make more money. Today. First, stop comparing yourself to people who look rich. They're probably broke, or stressed, or one bad month away from financial disaster. Real millionaires don't advertise. Second, automate your savings. Pay yourself first, even if it's $50 a month. Consistency beats intensity every single time. Ronald Reed didn't get rich by investing huge amounts. He got rich by investing consistently for decades. Third, kill lifestyle inflation. Every time you get a raise, save half of it. Invest it. Don't upgrade your life every time you upgrade your income. That's the trap. That's what keeps people broke forever. Fourth, focus on net worth, not income. Track what you own minus what you owe. That number should go up every year. If it's not, your behavior is the problem. And finally, and this is the hardest one, delay gratification. Stop buying things you can't afford to impress people you don't like. Buy freedom instead. Buy peace. Buy the ability to walk away from anything that doesn't serve you. If the Millionaire Next Door is making you rethink everything, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to hear this. That's how we reach people who are silently struggling and don't even know there's a better way. Check out our complete wealth mindset playlist in the description. We've covered everything: budgeting, investing, escaping debt, building passive income. This isn't just one video. It's a complete financial transformation. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You're not behind. You're just playing the wrong game. Real millionaires don't look like millionaires. They look like your neighbor. They drive boring cars. They live in modest houses. And they sleep like babies because they're actually free. That's the Millionaire Next Door. Not a book about looking rich. A book about being free. Think deeper. Spend smarter. And remember, wealth whispers. Poverty screams. Choose wisely. Like the video. Subscribe. Share it. And I'll see you in the next one. Stay disciplined. Stay patient. Stay quietly wealthy.